Alright, yes guys, good morning. Welcome to the live stream. How is everyone doing today? We've just swept Asia highs. We've also swept London highs on ES and on NQ. We've got bearish SMT on ES at the moment. But yeah, going into the morning, I'm probably going to be looking for shorts since we have already swept Asia highs. I was interested in longs simply because the daily time frame to me looks very bullish. Right, we actually inversed this bearish gap on ES, and if I pull up ES quickly, looks a lot clearer, right? You can see we've inversed that and we've created a bullish fair value gap. So my overall bias was bullish today to obviously match the higher time frame. However, we have just swept London highs and Asia highs as well. So we've got bearish SMT on ES now. So going into the open, we could potentially see some shorts. All right, I'm gonna be entering short off this gap here, guys. Right, we've just taken that sell side level. So as the moment, I don't really feel comfortable taking any shorts now because we've already taken that first objective. Higher time frame's bullish, right? We've now seen that first sell side liquidity sweep. So we've actually swept some form of sell side. It's a very high chance of this displacing higher now and actually heading higher with the higher time frame direction. So taking shorts here off a retracement is going to be a little bit risky since we've already taken that 15-minute low. So I don't really feel too comfortable taking shorts. If we didn't take this sell side level here and we got an entry at that gap, I would have entered short. Once we took this, would have just went break even and it would be risk-free trade, right? But the fact that we've taken this before is not really it's not a good sign. It is really not a good sign. Okay, amazing stuff. I'm going to be entering this next fair value gap here. Okay, yeah, let's just tap that gap.
Order filled.
Order filled.
Entering long there. First EP at the high, 518.50. That's going to be first TP, guys. And then we'll target previous daily high, which is up there. Want to see that high get broken through displacement, and then we can start to trail our stops. to 483.50. What is the entry method for this trade? I mean, it's very simple, guys. This is a textbook silver bullet trade. Right, we've come down, swept liquidity, we've displaced, we've broken structure, created fair value gap, we have equal highs resting above us, clear drawn liquidity. You know, I would bet my life on this trade. Obviously don't do that because this is trading and things can go south, but this is very clean. This is as textbook as it gets. So yeah, let's see how this plays out. We have news, we have medium impact news in around 30 seconds. So shouldn't really impact, have a huge impact on the trade, but we might potentially push us high. Let's see. It is medium folder though, so shouldn't really affect us too much. We're keeping our stops below that low there, inside the gap. Okay, trailing stops, 483.50, guys. Leave your stops there. $483.50. Pretty much a risk-free trade now. Okay, watching ES as well, guys. As soon as it takes that high, I'm going to close some of my position off. Great. Honestly, guys, the price action lately has been so up and down. Like 1 week you had a very good week, and then the week after that it's just price action is very boring, very choppy. It's not doing what's supposed to do. Like, I'd be very surprised if it doesn't hit TP, guys. I'd be very, very surprised. Textbook trade, textbook. Equal highs, right? We're stacking up highs. We're generating more liquidity, so that technically this should get taken. If it doesn't, yeah, honestly, I'll be very surprised. Holy shit, NQ. It's like it's got no fuel. Give it a Red Bull or something. It's got no energy. Stop playing games, NQ, and just go where you're supposed to go, yeah? Holy moly. Holy moly. Just needs that one last push. I want to see a fat displacement candle up. Closure above that swing high, that will give us more confidence that we are going to head to those equal highs there. Any second now. As soon as ES takes that, I'm only closing out 80% of my position, right? So get ready, guys.
Order filled.
Right. Gonna be taking off
Order filled.
80% there, guys. Closing 80% here. It's around 26 handles. Obviously not our biggest trade. But, you know, we take what the market gives us. But yeah, we've took the majority of our position off, guys, now. So yeah, 26 handles secured. Keep your stops obviously at that swing low. And let's see what we get. This should still push higher though, because we've actually left perfectly equal highs there on the S. As soon as he has tapped it though, I just closed out. But technically speaking, this should keep accelerating high. If it doesn't, we don't care, guys. Right? We've already secured 26 points. That's fine with me. And we're literally just holding the other two contracts, right? So if we get stopped out now, that's completely fine. Couldn't really care less. I'm actually going to add another TP up here, so we'll target previous daily high and we'll have a TP2 up there. Yeah, guys, as well, I smashed my phone. I was on the way back from the gym. Obviously, I had my phone in my pocket. This happened to me about like 20 times now. And I was banging a wheelie on the bike. Phone falls out. Luckily, the back is only smashed, so we can get it fixed. The front's fine. But yeah, just inconvenience because now I have to go to the Apple Store. Fucking wait there until it gets fixed, go pick it up. It's just a waste of time. I don't really care obviously about the money aspect, but yeah, it's happened to me so many times now and I still don't wear a case. I just don't wear a case, guys. I hate having a phone case on my phone. It just feels weird, so I tend not to wear a case, and obviously that's what comes with it, right? The phone gets smashed every couple of weeks. Get a new one, get a new phone while the broken one is fixing. Yeah, I've got two phones, bro. I've got a business phone and my personal phone. So obviously whilst that's getting fixed, I still have a second phone that I can use. But still. Yeah, these are stacked equal highs, guys. This should get taken. Holy shit. Trust me, we will get a push higher. If it's been consolidating this long, guys, we will get a push higher. When that push does come, it's going to be insane. It's generating a lot of liquidity right now. I mean, look at the amount of highs we're getting on ES here, and the 15 minute on NQ looks very clean as well. So I don't see why not. Should get taken. Two swings lower behind price or just one? I don't look at it like that. Okay, hold on. Yes, about to take that now. Alright, boom, there you go. So if you haven't secured some profits, now is a good time to do so, guys. Amazing. I'm actually going to set my TP2 a little bit lower. At 541.25. So that's the high of that fair value gap. Keeping my stop there. Yeah, back to that question, guys. So I don't look at it at you know, two swing lows behind or whatever. I look at market structure. So if this swing low had rebalanced this bullish inefficiency, then I'll keep my stops below that low. Okay, this one didn't rebalance it, so I'm not going to be putting my stops to that low because there's a chance that price can come down and actually stop us out. Right, so yes, you can move your stops at swing low, but I'd rather keep it at valid structure points. So for example, if we actually came up and we displaced and pushed through and created a fair value gap and then rebalanced that gap and pushed higher, then I'll trail my stops up below that swing low and keep my stops there. Right, but for the time being, this low has rebalanced that gap, we've taken the high, I'm keeping my stops at this low. But I don't look at it as, you know, do you trail the stops two swing lows behind or one, or is it three? No, just look at it at putting your stop in a valid structure point. So if price decides to break that structure point, your trade becomes invalidated, right? That's the way you want to look at it. But I mean, usually the case is if we break the swing high, we move our stops to the next swing low.
Order filled.
Okay, there you go, guys. We got stopped out there in a profit. That's completely fine. Secured around 39.5 handles on that trade there. Hope you lot secured some gains. I know a ton of you actually waited for ES to break through those equal highs, which it did. So luckily you decided to actually take something off there when it did break through. But that is gonna be me done for today, guys. All right, cool. So let's break this trade down. Why did we take longs in the first place? So starting on the daily time frame, guys, I always like to start on the daily time frame. Why? Because it's going to give you a clear direction and higher time frame bias for that trading day. So on a daily time frame, you can see, right, if we actually pull up ES, it looks way cleaner. On ES, we've inverted all of these bearish imbalances. So we're actually respecting them on NQ. On ES though, we're not respecting them. So I always like to pay attention to ES as well when I'm trading NQ. Now we've actually inversed all of these imbalances and we've created a bullish fair value gap there. So what is my bias? My bias is bullish on the higher time frame, right? Now jumping into the 15 minute, going into the open, we actually came up and we swept London highs and Asia highs, right? And we had a bearish SMT on ES, so I was actually bearish going into the open. Now once we swept this form of sell-side liquidity down here, which is a 15-minute low, right, we had another bullish SMT on ES. So ES actually failed to take out that sell side, and we displaced higher. So naturally, right, I'm going to be switching my bias back to bullish because the higher time frame's bullish. I don't want to be taking shorts, right? But if a valid short setup appears after sweeping London and Asia, right, of course I'm going to take it. But did we get a valid entry? No, we didn't. Right, I was looking to take shorts here, and I was waiting for this sell side level to stay intact. If it didn't stay intact, I'm not going to be entering short there, because it's very likely that we start to reverse and displace higher. So once we took that, I was no longer looking for shorts. I completely switched back to my original bullish bias, and I was waiting for that displacement higher. So once we got that displacement higher, right, you can see we broke above a form. We broke above a swing high, right? So what is that? That's a market structure shift, okay? If we break above a swing high with displacement and create a fair value gap, that is a market structure shift. So we've shifted structure in the market. We've also swept sell-side liquidity. We've displaced. We've got a valid entry model inside of the 945 to 1015 macro, which is a silver bullet. And we simply enter on the gap, right? First tap into the gap, we enter. Stop loss goes below the swing low. Now, our stop loss is in an amazing spot because this low rebalanced this bullish inefficiency. So that low is a protected low. It should not get broken through. If it does, our trades has been invalidated. Okay, so stop is in an amazing place. We're risking like 30 handles. TP1 is going to be at this 15-minute high here, right, which on this time frame is actually equal highs. So price comes up, it takes TP1, around 35 handles secured there, and that's about it. And then we get stopped out when we trail our stops, which is completely fine. Some days you're going to get stopped out with the remaining contracts, but it doesn't matter because you've already secured 80% of your position off, right? And then you're letting that other 20% just ride to the final objectives. But yeah, that's about it, guys. Hope you lot made some profits there. If you did, make sure to send that in the wins and results chat. And yeah, I hope you lot enjoyed the stream, guys. Hope you lot learned something. Have a great rest of the day. I'm going to call it here. And I'll catch you lot in tomorrow's live stream session. See you later, guys. Take it easy.